So embracing that which looks like an imperfection to others. This statement has some truth, but at the same time can be deceiving. It can give you confidence to do things that make you think that you are comfortable with, but at the same time it could make you choose that which might not be of good example ethically, although you might consider it to be you. So welcome back if you're coming back, and welcome if it's your first time. And we are sharing guidance and messages. You are mostly appreciated. So there are so many stereotypes in society that people embrace, and then we end up having different kinds of stereotyped groups. And then there gets to be something like some type or kind of people can only be able to do or be only in certain places. And there is a lot of limitation when it comes to be able to be doing anything, okay? Maybe for some people they have crossed those limitations and still did what could have been considered as impossible. However, there is a need to be mindful of the ethical and unethical. We are all familiar with the stereotype of, for example, hey, fat women can only wear a certain type of wear and can't wear a certain kind of clothes and should be limited to only certain places, and like they can't be chosen by people, and generally like they need to diet. And God, there is a lot of manipulation to make people feel ugly with a lot of all those fit programs. There is not so much about how someone could gain weight. That's why we are using this as an example for how people are made to feel less by using their weight, heavy weight. Not so many people are made to feel less for being slim. I mean, in some places it is believed that if you look like you have a lot of weight, you can't enter certain places like some clubs or restaurants or some working career positions. Or even it is almost that the best place is just to have weighted people stay put in their private quarters or homes, is what is mostly thought. Almost the belief that they embody the thought that they are polluting the environment, and that's not true. Like they are meant to be invisible, and as much as how they are huge, they are meant to shrink themselves. There is shaming of their physique when it comes to people with heavy weight. And the same thing also could happen to some slim people. I, for one, faced that for so long, but I already accepted myself, so I didn't mind whatever people was saying about me. So I didn't give that much thought, and for years I was underweight. It's like there are places and working careers that certain kind of people can't enter and won't be looked at with approval when they show their presence there. People are meant to shrink themselves for the sake of other people's interests. What we are trying to say here is that there is a lot of stereotyping now compared to how it used to be in the olden days. So much that it has even extended to almost not just appearance, but to even the way you are thinking. Like if you have a certain belief among certain kind of a group of people who have different beliefs from you, you will be alienated for your difference in thought. It has always been there, but right now it is more to do with appearance. Image is being given more importance than how a person's character and personality could be. It feels like it does not matter how much ethical you are, as long as your image aligns with a mass group of people, you would have a chance to be accepted then. So things like cultural values, religious values, family ethical values, personality values end up being left in the background, and the kind of physical image that is portrayed has more value than anything else. And it's all the fault of the New World Order belief. It's partly good in a way and partly not good. And yes, to a certain extent, new spiritual beliefs embodied have shaped people in different ways that might make them seem as if they were free to be able to do anything they wanted to. But at the same time, it has only made them become slaves to a certain kind of a way of thinking, a mindset that is stripping them of their original ethical values that used to keep order and harmony in society. And that is why we have all kinds of crazy kinds of groups coming up, and it feels like it's sort of a freedom order, but in actual fact, it's not freedom. Minds have been hacked to not embrace that which is ethical, but to massively embrace that which is unethical more. I mean, we see all the increasing crimes, all increasing unethical relationships, all increasing beliefs that don't accept that God exists. Instead, it is taught in a way to make people believe that they are small gods. And this is causing a lot of chaos and confusion. A person believes they are freed from opinions, but this time also feel the void of disbelief towards God. Yes, it is good to embrace what you consider as your value, that which makes you, but is anyone really reflecting on what they really consider as their value? What are you really embracing? Whom are you really trying to please? Is it a good value or a bad value? Good values make you feel whole and alive, and you don't need much to feel happy in life. But bad values, on the other hand, make you feel less and unfulfilled, and make you want to still search for that which you can't put a name to, an endless void that never fills. It's like a big bag you have and it has a hole, no matter how much you fill it in. And that's ego, actually. It's being egoistic. You feel it, but it never fills. What kinds of values are you carrying that you are choosing to embrace, and that enables you to be like, I don't care what anyone else thinks, what I think is important, and this makes me feel really happy and whole? Is it really working for you? Is it making you feel safe, or is it making you feel unsafe? And is it safe in the eyes of God, the Most High? Is it really making you safe according to God? Is it freeing you in the way of God so that you focus on what is right, that which will keep you away from anything that will be considered as not going against God and being in alignment with goodness? Because if it is something that is in alignment with God, you have nothing to worry about, no matter how much people come against you, or if people are stereotyping you to something that is not true. And you will be protected if it is in alignment with that which is of God. But if it is not, if it is only something to do with ego and worldly wants, and it's just to paint an image, to have something that is not in alignment to God, be accepted, just because you want to feel so and to be accepted, and it is really not increasing the values of society, but decreasing the values and opening out doors to more unethical ways, then you won't be protected by God, and you will be a target to even those who would once upon a time seemed like they cheered you. And the very thing that you might consider to be you, but which is not in alignment with God's laws, will bring your own downfall, no matter how high you might have seemed to have reason. If it is ethical, and yes, it's different from the mass, go ahead and embrace that. But if it's different but unethical, think twice. We have so many examples in the past of such kinds of people, and we see the evidence of going against God. There is so much evidence that people choose to turn a blind eye to, and we don't need to pinpoint anyone for better understanding. It's all out there, clear as daylight. No one wants a bad result for what they have chosen to embrace, but we can all be mindful of what we choose to embrace. Is it good or bad? Health-wise as well as spiritual-wise. Not in the eyes and opinions of people, but in the eyes and opinion of God, the Most High, who created you. That's all that we need to ask, because He knows what is best for us, and take into consideration of how that might look in the eyes of God the Most High. Would what we embrace be approved by God the Most High? For those who might not be accepting God's existence, it might sound different. It might sound like something coming from outer space. So it's some language which you don't understand, because you are not willing to accept it. But just think about it. Think about it. Is it really helping you ethically? And we are guided to stop here. Maybe it feels like a coded parable way of expression, but it needs reflection and you will know what resonates with you. May we all make mindful choices when embracing things in our lives. Amen. So thank you for your time, and I will see you in the next one. Till next time, with much love, take care and God bless.